going to be completely honest here, when I sat down to play Embers of Mirrim for the first time, I wasn't expecting a great deal. All I had really seen of the game was some generic looking platforming and an interesting wing-like cat creature, so it's fair to say I was pleasantly surprised when Embers of Mirrim took me on a challenging magical adventure through a stunning world that has been plagued by corruption. The underlying narrative of the game isn't in your face or spoon-fed to you as you make your way through the enchanting environments. Instead, it's delivered through non-speaking visual cutscenes that seamlessly blend in and out of the gameplay. The story here is one of good and evil, or as the game portrays it, light and dark. At the beginning, two of these cat creatures are shown a vision by their elder. The vision shows that several meteors will crash into their world and corrupt anything the new entity comes into contact with. The creatures that are shown this represent different sides of the unique feline race. Mir is white in colour and represents the light. Rim is darker in colour and represents the dark side, and no intentional reference to the Star Wars universe. After experiencing this vision, the two felines are forced together, bringing about the creation of Mirrim. After playing through the short intro, Mirrim is shown just how much of their land has fallen into the hands of corruption, with a huge dark crystal representing the heart of this corruption. So, as you'd expect, Mirrim does what every cat-cross-dragon-like creature would do and sets off to end the corruption for good. The overarching story here feels like something straight out of an 80s fantasy movie, and the game does a great job of continuously kicking up whiffs of nostalgia throughout its roughly 4-hour adventure. While playing as Mirrim, you'll traverse various platforms, glide down deep caverns and evade some pretty ferocious beasts, all pretty standard for a platforming game. The real unique element to the gameplay is the ability to split into embers at any given point, allowing you to reach places outside of your normal jumping ability. Towards the beginning of the game, the integration of these puzzle-like ember sections is very welcoming, and the game does a great job of allowing you to become accustomed to controlling two embers at once, each assigned to a different joystick. It doesn't take too long for the difficulty to start ramping up. However, this isn't done in a laugh-in-your-face, impossibly hard fashion. Instead, developers Creative Bytes do a brilliant job of gradually introducing new mechanics, all of which work wonderfully well together and end up creating some enthralling combinations of tricky platforming and coordination challenging puzzles. On a few occasions, I was concerned that the gameplay was going to start feeling repetitive. However, as soon as this thought popped into my head, I was given a new puzzle to solve or an element of the environment to interact with. The environments that Embers of Mirrim is built around look truly stunning, from the atmospheric forest where light struggles to pierce through the trees to a magical looking cave plagued by crystals of corruption. Everything in the background looks beautiful. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for Mirrim or their cat-like friends. Although the animations on the felines is pleasant enough, visually they just look a little jagged and unpolished. In the close-up cutscenes, the character models almost look plastic, with a bizarre shiny finish to their skin. Just to be clear, the characters aren't horrible to look at, but the brilliant lighting and stunning backdrop do them no favours in highlighting their almost unfinished look. Embers of Mirrim completely took me by surprise. The game's visual art style and story of corruption really brings back those 80s fantasy movie memories. I mean, the only thing that's really missing is Falcor himself. The platforming isn't the most challenging in your playthrough, and neither are the puzzles. However, the clever integration of both combined with the unique dual-stick Ember controls, Embers of Mirrim certainly isn't an easy adventure. Embers of Mirrim may not be a contender for Game of the Year. With that said, it's a game I'd recommend to anyone looking for a magical and unique platforming adventure.